We're here Monday, May 11th, the National Day Without Childcare.
We all know why we're here, we all know why we're making noise, and we all know why we're loud.
Somos esenciales! Somos esenciales!
The economy will be hit drastically if this community of folks who help take care of our children each and every day, if that didn't exist for just one day.
We are the foundation, right?
We're demanding universal child care, and we're demanding that workers on the ground get paid a thriving wage.
And get past just surviving.
Not only did we show up, guess what we're gonna do, y'all? We're gonna show out!
We're getting louder, 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 baby. Running through your bones and feel it moving in your soul. It's all that power, 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 power.
Today is a day full of advocacy, action, and visibility.
Because we talking about our babies. We talking about a workforce that take care of our babies day in and day out.
This is my 5th year participating in Day Without Childcare.
We're not asking, we're demanding. We tired of all these other bills getting passed and affordable child care is not getting passed. Our children is the future and we need this now.
Feel it moving in your soul. It's all that power, power, power.
We are here to make a change. Say change, change. We are change makers, change makers.
In Las Vegas,
St. Tennessee.
And we're in Waterbury, Connecticut on the town green.
In Utah.
here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
City of Detroit.
I'm reporting from Madison, Wisconsin.
In Oakland, California.
Can't wait to advocate to Harrisburg.
Indiana leaders have historically underfunded licensed quality childcare.
This is our moment.
Today, over 3,853 childcare providers and parents took action.
I love this National Day of Action.
Who are we? The workforce behind the workforce.
And parents and providers are coming together and showing solidarity and let Congress know what we want.
Amen. We want to be starting something, and we are starting something.